So what I'm going to do in this video is get you set up with your own chat with PDF system. This uses something called RAG retrieval. So that's retrieval augmented generation. And that basically looks at your documents, pulls the relevant information and allows you to chat with them. So what is it you're going to create? Let's have a look at my example. I've got a few documents here. These documents are actually boiler documents, so what you'd use to heat your house. And let's ask it a question. So let's go. You can see it's immediately providing examples of what you might want to ask the documents. But let's just search this. What now happens is it goes away. What now happens is it goes away and searches those documents. It retrieves the most relevant information. So that'll start to display on the screen shortly. As you can see, it's pulling the information. The ordering of this is a bit odd because the most relevant elements aren't actually showing at the start. And then we can see it's got all the relevant information and it's providing a chat description to answer the question as well. So this system is actually developed by weviate, which is the tool that you use to retrieve this information. And we're going to use a few tools that get you up and running with this without having to do any code. So what are the prerequisites in terms of getting this set up for yourself? So you're going to need an OpenAI API key. That's how we chat with the data that's being pulled through. An unstructured API key. That's the tool that extracts the information from the PDFs that you upload to your system. A weviate account and a replit account. So weviate, just to remind, is the tool that actually does the embedding of the documents, so stores them in a vector database, which we don't need to go into the detail on that, but that's just the way that the documents are stored and can be retrieved. And these are all vectors that have been stored in weviate and then pulled back. So they're little chunks of information relating to the document. And then the replit account is where we run everything. So that's where everything works, functions, and it'll all become clear exactly what I'm doing. So you can go and set one of those up and that's free of charge. weviate is also free. And then OpenAI, I believe they give you some free credit if you sign up for OpenAI key. And I'll include all of this information in the description of the video, and you'll be able to go and retrieve those keys in order to build this. So once you have those elements, what you'll need to do is log into your replit. So you're in your replit account now, and what you need to do is you need to go and clone the REPL that I've created. You'll find that within the description of the YouTube video, so go there, go to your REPL, and you'll arrive at this. So what we need to do is we need to fork, which is essentially cloning that REPL and clone it into your own account. That's just being created now. And it's going to come up saying manage secrets. So I'll go into that shortly, but just to start with, we can actually run this immediately and we'll see that the user interface will appear. But the problem is we haven't configured these API keys to actually run the system yet, so we need to do that. But let's just get it up and running and you can actually see it operating immediately. You can see that in what you call a web view in Replit. But if we click New Tab, this actually takes you to the live version of your app. So that's on a URL that people can access publicly now. So you essentially have created your first app without doing anything really. And you could go on that on your mobile and access it. So it's just an instant way to create these public apps. And that's the beauty and the power of Replit. But as I say, it's not going to be working because you've not copied any of the API keys. So what we need to do now is we need to go to secrets, and you can see here those API keys that I referred to all need to be filled out here. And that's just the API keys that allow us to connect to these different systems in order to power the retrieval augmented generation. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go into weviate and just show you how to set that up, because that's a bit more complicated than, say, unstructured, which is just a case of going to their website and registering. OpenAI, exactly the same. But weviate, there's a couple of other steps, so let's just do that first. So you're in weviate now, you would have signed up for an account and logged in, and you need to create a cluster. So you create a cluster and we say test cluster. Create that. It takes a couple of moments for that to be created. Once that's been created, what you would do is you would copy this URL here, paste that into this section, and then also you would get your API key here and copy that into this section. So again, it's super simple, it's free. There's just a couple more steps because you have to actually create this first. Once you can't run the system until that's created, I think it takes a couple of moments, but that'll get up and running fairly quickly. So once all of these are in and the secrets have been added, you can stop this and then restart it. What you'll notice now, if you click on these are highlighted in green because those API keys have been registered. If you've had any problems with registering, please just comment in the video and I'll do my best to assist. But what we can do is you can go ahead and actually add your documents now to this system. So I've got 4 in here already, but all you would do to add a document is go into here and say PDF reader. This is powered by unstructured.io, as I said. Gather your document, import it, and once that document's imported, it'll say successfully imported. You can then close this and chat with that document, and it'll retrieve all the information. And if you had 100 documents in here, it would go and retrieve that information from those documents. And what's happening in the background is these documents are being stored as embeddings, or elements, chunks of that data are being stored as embeddings. So that's what's referred to as the vector embedding, and it's being retrieved by the system when we query it. On this tool, you can actually set it up to use different large language models in order to generate the chat. You can get the documentation for that on weviate, and you can also embed differently. So as you know, well, we're using Adder Embedder, which is the OpenAI embedding, but you could use a different tool. So that's everything. That gets you up and running with your own system to chat with PDFs. You don't have any monthly fees, and you can add as many documents as you like to it. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.